Top 10 Cool Facts About Space. Did you know, if you put Saturn in water it would float? The density of Saturn is so low that if you were to put it in a giant glass of water it would float. The actual density of Saturn is 0.687 grams/cm3 while the density of water is 0.998 grams/cm3. At the equator Saturn has a radius of 60,268 ±4 kilometers, which means you would need an extremely large glass of water to test this out. Did you know, we are moving through space at the rate of 530 kilometers a second? Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is spinning at a rate of 225 kilometers per second. In addition, the galaxy is traveling through space at the rate of 305 kilometers per second. This means that we are traveling at a total speed of 530 kilometers, 330 miles, per second. Did you know, the moon is drifting away from Earth? Every year the moon moves about 3.8 centimeters further away from the Earth. This is caused by tidal effects. Consequently, the Earth is slowing in rotation by about 0.002 seconds per day per century. Scientists do not know how the moon was created, but the generally accepted theory suggests that a large Mars-sized object hit the Earth causing the moon to splinter off. Did you know, the light hitting the Earth right now is 30,000 years old? The energy in the sunlight we see today started out in the core of the sun 30,000 years ago. It spent most of this time passing through the dense atoms that make the sun in just 8 minutes to reach us once it had left the sun. The temperature at the core of the sun is 13,600,000 kelvins. Did you know, the sun loses up to 1 billion kilograms a second due to solar winds? Solar winds are charged particles that are ejected from the upper surface of the sun due to the high temperature of the corona and the high kinetic energy particles gained through a process that is not well understood at this time. Also, did you know that one pinhead of the sun's energy is enough to kill a person at a distance of 160 kilometers? Did you know, the Big Dipper is not a constellation, it is an asterism. Many people consider the Big Dipper to be a constellation but, in fact, it is an asterism. An asterism is a pattern of stars in the sky which is not one of the official 88 constellations. They are also composed of stars which are not physically related to each other and can be vast distances apart. An asterism can be composed of stars from one or more constellations. In the case of the Big Dipper, it is composed entirely of the 7 brightest stars in the Ursa Major, Great Bear, constellation. Did you know, Uranus was originally called George's star? When Sir William Herschel discovered Uranus in 1781, he was given the honor of naming it. He chose to name it Georgium Sidus, George's star, after his new patron, King George III. Did you know, Earth has at least 4 moons? Okay, that is not actually true, but it is very close. In 1986, Duncan Waldron discovered an asteroid, 5 kilometers across, that is in an elliptic orbit around the Sun with a period of revolution virtually identical to that of Earth. For this reason the planetoid and Earth appear to be following each other. Because of its unusual relationship with Earth, it is sometimes referred to as Earth's second moon. Did you know, sunspot activity may be the primary reason for the beautiful sound of Stradivarius violins? Antonio Stradivari is considered to be the greatest violin maker ever. Scientists have been unable to work out what it is about his violins that makes them so incredible, but they do know that the timbre used to make them is a very important factor. From the 1500s to 1800s, the Earth underwent a little ice age mostly due to increased volcanic activity and decreased solar activity. As a result of this cooling, the types of the trees that Stradivari used for his violins were particularly hard. Hard timber is especially good when making violins. Did you know, if two pieces of metal touch in space, they become permanently stuck together? This may sound unbelievable, but it is true. Two pieces of metal without any coating on them will form into one piece in the vacuum of space. This doesn't happen on Earth because the atmosphere puts a layer of oxidized material between the surfaces. This might seem like it would be a big problem on the space station, but as most tools used there have come from Earth, they are already coated with material. In fact, the only evidence of this seen so far has been in experiments designed to provoke the reaction. This process is called cold welding. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for similar content.